Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Wednesdays with Win. Good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? It's a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday morning. And I trust that everyone is doing well. Give folks a minute to jump on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, Pastor. Happy birthday, darling. Oh, how are you? How are you? How are you? Good morning. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning to those who are jumping on. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Good morning, Tamara. Happy belated birthday to you. Oh, all the way from Japan. Hey, darling. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is it's nighttime. Oh my goodness. It's such an honor to be on this morning. So let me go ahead and get started this morning to everyone that has logged on. Thank you so much for logging on. Good morning. I am Winsome McLean. I am Pauline's daughter. I am the owner of Soul Care Institute. I'm your kingdom counselor, and it is an honor to be with you this morning. As you know, we have been diving into our 60-day soul care reflection journal. And I don't know about you, but this has truly been a blessing to me. And so for those of you that are just getting your journal, I saw Camille jump on. I know that she just got her journal. Just go ahead and go back and catch the previous broadcast so that you can get a little bit more clarity as it relates to the questions and what the author had in mind when those questions were penned. All right, so again, it is good to see each of you on this morning. Thank you so much for logging on. A lot of birthdays today. I know Prophetess, your daughter, is celebrating her birthday as well. So happy birthday to her as well. All right, come on, y'all. Let's get started. Let's get started. Okay, so I hope you have your copy of your 60-day soul care reflection journal. Good morning, Miss Higgins. How are you, girl? How was your trip? I hope the family had a wonderful time. And I know y'all didn't come to West Palm Beach. Well, I wasn't here in West Palm Beach, but I saw your husband post a picture about West Palm Beach. And I'm like, that's my neck of the woods. But anyway, good morning, good morning, good morning. We'll have to catch up on that one. All right, so this morning, we are going to be dealing with, we're going to be addressing that $1 million question that so many people said that once they got to this question in the journal, they actually just put the journal down. And so I thought that was very, very interesting, some of the feedback that I have gotten regarding this particular question. And so this morning, journal has been such a blessing, so necessary for my morning devotion. Yes. Thank you, darling, for saying that. That is amazing. That is amazing. And so I'm going to request of you to do a little Amazon review on the book then. Please and thank you if it has been a blessing to you. I would greatly appreciate that. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. So here is the question that a lot of people have a little bit of difficulty with as it relates to journaling. And so the question is, what is my purpose in life? So that's that question that when people see it, they're just like, okay, this book is just too much. I can't handle that right now. But I just want us to talk really, really very basic about what this question is really, really asking. All right. So again, good morning to everyone that is jumping on. share the video if you see the value in it. So give me a minute before you share it, because I don't want you to share it if there's no value, if you don't think there's any value, right? So listen in a little bit, and then if you feel that there is value, please share it with your timeline. All right. Okay, so let's go. What is purpose? What is the definition of purpose? Okay, so the definition of purpose as a noun, purpose is an anticipated outcome that intends or guides your planned action. So let me read that again. It is the anticipated outcome that intends or guides your planned actions. So it's an anticipation that if I do A, B, C, and D, this is going to be the outcome. Okay? Your purpose is the reason for which something is done or created. It is the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. So something that exists, everything that exists has a purpose, or it would not be in existence. So that's the first thing. I need us to understand that we all have a purpose. Ashley, thank you so much for scribing for me this morning. An anticipated outcome that intends or guides your planned actions. So your purpose is not arbitrary. It's not hit or miss. It is very, very specific. But we just have to take the time to figure out what exactly that is. Okay? What else is purpose? So purpose is the intended result of our focus. So 3 things are involved in our purpose. So it is the intended result of our focus, number 1, our determination, number 2, and then our intentions or our intentionality, number 3. So focus, determination, and intentions. So those are the 3 factors that's going to feed our purpose. Okay? Now, for those of us that sometimes we're all over the place, right? And we can't figure out, what we want to do today. Today I want to be an architect. Tomorrow I want to be a doctor. The next day I want to be... That's because we really haven't sat down and taken the time to really figure out, what is my purpose? Why am I here? So, purpose sets the entire context of our lives. Purpose sets the entire context of our lives. Purpose provides the master plan. Let me say that again. Purpose provides the master plan. Okay? It's the blueprint for our existence. It's the blueprint. Okay? And so many of us have goals, but we have no purpose. The purpose comes before the goals. The purpose, our purpose, comes before the goals. And I know sometimes we flip that. We have a bunch of goals. Today I need to do this, 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 and this. But is your goals informing your purpose? Is the goals at the root of your purpose? Because otherwise, we just have a list. We just have a list of things to do. But are they purposeful? Will they get you to that anticipated outcome? Okay, so it's not enough for us to say, I got goals, I have ambitions, but how does your goals or your ambitions inform what you want to see happen in your life? So that's the question. That's where there is that tension, because I'm trying to figure out, you know what? Yes, come on and drop the mic. Yes, it informs everything, right? So, we have in our own lives,
I want to attain this. I want to, make this amount of money. I want to have this type of job. But does that really speak to the underlying purpose of why you were created? Okay? So purpose emerges from an exploration. So now let's get into how it is that I can determine what my purpose is. So there are 3 things that I want us to consider this morning. So number 1, Ashley, come through, Ashley. How does your goals and ambitions fulfill or fully inform your intentions, the purpose of your life? That is it. Okay? So there are 3 things that we must do, maybe 4 things that we have to do. Kiona, good morning, darling. You're catching the live. This is awesome. Hey, okay. So 3 things that we must do in this exploration of purpose. I call it a purpose investigator. You know how we have like CSI, but I think it's like PSI. It's you have to begin to investigate and put some things together in order to really begin to discover what your purpose is. All right. So number one, for the one who is that purpose investigator, the first thing that you have to contend with is, what is it that you value? So that's number 1. What do you value? What is important to you? And so I'm thinking about this as well, right? Because I need to clearly define my purpose in this season. Because one thing that we're going to talk about is that purpose is progressive. So we're going to get to that. But in this season right now where I sit, I have to figure out, what do I value? Okay. And so as I sat with that, I value a couple of things. Number 1, I value self-awareness. Oh man, I have some wonderful scribes this morning. Thank y'all so much. I value, number 1, self-awareness. I see people all the time who is not aware of self. They haven't fully figured out themselves. So that I value that. That's very important to me. Healing is also very important to me, and wholeness is also important to me. So if I had to answer the question that I just asked, what do I value? Those are 3 things that come to mind immediately. And I value wholeness because there are many people who are fragmented. Their life is compartmentalized. They haven't merged all of themselves together. And what I mean by that is, compartmentalized mean that I have a work life, and I have a home life, and I have a spiritual life, and I have a relationship life with my friends. But all of that has not merged to create that person in their totality. So they live life from a fragmented place. So wholeness is very important to me. So because I value that, and that is a part of my purpose, then I need to then be equipped to recognize fragmentation. I need to be able to see when someone is fragmented. I need to be able to discern when someone is not self-aware, or when they need to go through that process of transformation. Because this is what I value. Good morning to everyone that is jumping on. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So because there are many people that are wearing a very pretty crafted mask that is covering their current situation. So they wear beautiful masks. You know, we Mac it up, we Avon it up, we do all sorts of things to pretty up our masks. But in At the core, there is something that is fragmented. There's something that is broken. All right. So that's what I value. So in order for you to engage your purpose, you have to begin to ask yourself that difficult question. What do I value? What is important to me? Okay. Number two is what legacy do I want to leave? Good morning. Oh my gosh, I have to call you. Don't give up on me. I have to call you. You know, I have to call you. Okay. But number two is what legacy do I want to leave? What is the legacy that I want to leave? How do I want people to describe me, both now and when I'm no longer here? How do I want people to describe me now and when I'm no longer here? So we're thinking of legacy. So what do I value? And then number two, what is the legacy that I want to leave? And so again, when I thought about this, and this is me talking personally, I want to be known as that person who was not afraid to meet people in their mess, to help to uncover or to discover the message of the mess. I want to be known as that person who was unafraid to go into those dark places, those places that are not friendly, they're not conducive, they're not fun. but I'm okay with going to that place with people who are trying to discover themselves, who are trying to become healed, who are looking for wholeness. Good morning, Minister Fagan. Good morning. Good morning, Paulette. Good morning, everybody that's jumping on. It is such an honor to see each of you. So this morning we're talking about purpose. And so number one, we said we're going to ask the question, what do I value? Then number two, we're going to ask the question, what legacy do I want to leave? How do I want people to describe me now and also when I'm no longer here? What are people going to say about me when I am not here? That in and of itself has to inform your purpose. Okay? So that's number two. Number three, you have to take a moment and write the vision. You have to write down what your purpose is. You have to write it down. Now, let's talk Bible. Habakkuk chapter 2 opens up with the prophet needing an answer from God. Okay? What happened? The Chaldeans, or an opposing nation, was opposing his people. And so he spent chapter 1 complaining about the oppression that his people were experiencing. Note this, your purpose is probably connected to a problem. Your purpose is probably connected to a problem. And that problem is there because God sent you to be the solution. God sent you to be the solution. So remember last week we said, I am destiny. I'm not waiting on destiny to happen. Today, I want you to understand that you are solution. You are the solution to someone's problem. But there is a way that this prophet gives us a guideline on how we become that solution. So the Bible says that he goes up to a high place. He goes up to a high place so that he's able to see clearly, so that he's able to hear clearly. He moves away from the noise of the lower level. He moves away from the noise of what's taken place on the lower level. Purpose connected yes, it is connected to a problem, and you are the solution. You are the solution to the problem. So he changes his posture. He changes his position. He goes up to a high place. And the Bible says that he goes up there and he says, I'm going to stay on my watch. I'm going to stay on this wall because I need to know. I need to hear from God. I need to know what is happening. Right? And so that's what he does. He changes his position and he goes up so that he could look up, that he could hear up, so he could see up. He moves his position. And the Lord says to him, write the vision. Write it because you need to get clarity. Writing is connected to clarity. When writing happens, we become clear on what it is that God has called us to do. Now understand, like I said earlier, purpose is progressive. So what you have right now is not going to be the end all be all, but you have to begin somewhere. You have to start somewhere. So right where you sit right now, somebody might be saying to me, well, I'm just in school. I'm just a student. But is your major connected to your purpose? Is your major connected to your purpose? I'm just in school. I'm just trying, to get this degree. But ultimately, how will your degree inform your future? How will your degree inform the solution that God has designed for you to be to that problem? Some people are saying, I just want to be an accountant. Child, I just want to sit and I just want to work with numbers. I don't want to have to fool with people. But please understand that there are people behind those numbers. So your purpose, even if you just want to be an accountant, your purpose is connected to people. It doesn't matter what area you are in, there is still people that's connected to it. People's livelihood is connected to that accountant. Their retirement is connected to that accountant. So many things are connected as it relates to people. So purpose is progressive. Purpose has a problem to solve, but purpose is also connected to people. And Habakkuk proves that because writing the vision was not just for him. It was for the generations which were to come. The generations that had become disenfranchised. The generations who have thought that they were always going to remain oppressed. So Habakkuk had to write the vision. He had to make it plain so that the next generation could see it and run with it. See it and run with it. See it and run with it. They had to move with it. But if it was not written down, if it were remained in Habakkuk's head, then there would have been no running. People couldn't have run with it because it was still up here. So you have to take a moment and sit down and begin to write out this vision. What is your purpose? Your purpose is probably connected to your pain. Somebody is saying, well, I just want to be a lucrative business owner. I just want to run me a nice little business, and I just want to do my thing. I want to make my money or what have you. But understand that if you're running a thriving business, again, there are going to be a problem that you're answering, and there are going to be people that's connected to that. So you have to write down the vision, make it plain, make it clear in your own mind where you are right now. Stop thinking 20 years from now. Think about where you are right now. So if your purpose right now is to raise sons and daughters who honor and reverence God, then what are the decisions that you make in order to ensure that that happens? If your purpose right now is to raise children who know your God, who understands godly principles, what are you doing right now to ensure that that happens? So those are the questions that we have to ask ourselves. And then number 4, so there is 4. So number 1, what do I value? That's number 1. Number 2, what legacy do I want to leave? How do I want people to describe me now and when I'm gone? Yes, purpose is right now. It is right now. It's not tomorrow. It's not. It's right now. Every decision that I make today is going to inform my purpose. It's going to give legs to my purpose. It's going to give life to my purpose. So there's no decision that you make today that doesn't have a consequence that is connected to your purpose. So number 4, because we talked about number 3 is sitting down, writing it. What is my purpose? What is God saying to me? Habakkuk had to leave the comforts of the familiar in order to gain clarity. And so sometimes we have to just sit alone with God, meditate on his word, look at the experiences that we've gone through in our lives. Because your purpose is also connected to your experience. It is connected to what you have been through. Do not despise what you have been through, because 9 times out of 10, I would even dare to say 10 times out of 10, your purpose is connected to what you've been through. So handle what you are going through well. Learn how to handle it well, so that in the long run, when it is time for you to marry, to couple all of these different variables, you won't be resentful. You won't be resentful because you understand that the process that you have been through has been informing your purpose. So I grew up in foster care, somebody might be saying, and so you probably have a heart for those who are in foster care. Your purpose is probably tied into that somehow, because that's what your experiences have brought you through or has brought you to. So number 4, carry the vision. Carry the vision. So when we write it down, we don't just write it down and leave it. We carry it. We carry the vision with us. We carry it with us, so that in those moments when we are frustrated, when we are overwhelmed, when we feel stressed out, we can glance at the vision. We can glance at our purpose and say, I got to keep going. I got to keep moving, because I am the solution to someone's problem. There is a person or persons that is connected to my purpose. I can't give up. I can't throw in the towel, because somebody's life is probably going to hinge on the decision that I make. When we take our purpose and we give it a global context, the probability of me falling off decreases, because I understand that there is a world of people that will be impacted by me living out this purpose that God has created specifically for me. What solution do you provide? What is the answer that you provide to that question that someone has? I need you to begin to see yourself from a purposeful place. In order for you and I to get here, we had to fight. Even through the birth canal, we had to fight. I learned a couple years ago that when the embryo attaches to the mother, the body of the mother begins to fight against that foreign thing that has entered into her body. And so many women have spontaneous miscarriages because the body begins to fight against the foreignness of this thing that's inside of them. And we lived through that. We lived through that. We've been fighting all this time, but we've been fighting, and it ought to be purposeful. The Lord would have you here because there is a purpose on your life. There is something that God designed specifically with your name on it. All right? So purpose is the anticipated outcome that informs our planned actions. And this morning, we're going to feed our purpose with focus, determination, and intentionality. With focus, determination, and intentionality. And then we're going to ask ourselves some pivotal questions. What do I value? What legacy do I want to leave? We're going to write the vision. We're going to write the purpose, and then we're going to carry it. We're going to carry it with us. All right. So that is our purpose lesson for this morning. Should you have more specific questions, please inbox me. Feel free to do that. I'm willing to answer any questions that you might have. Again, this morning, we're coming from our 60-day soul care journal. And truly, God has been blessing us as we have been engaging this book. All right. So just a quick announcement. Sunday is the day we will be having our back to school family workshop. I am so excited to be hosting this event on Sunday. There are still a few tickets left. So if you are interested, log on to Eventbrite and go ahead and grab your ticket. Ashley, I appreciate you this morning being my scribe, girl. You have walked with me through this, and I sure appreciate you. Yes, we're going to feed our purpose with focus, determination, and intentionality. What do I value? How do I want to be known when I leave this place? And can I write this vision, even though it might not be plain right now, but can I begin the process of writing this vision and then carry that with you so you can tweak it along the way so that it can remind you and keep you at a place where you continue. Good morning, Crystal. Good morning. Catch the replay. I'm about to jump off. And I will see you all next week. Thank you so much for riding out with me this morning. I hope this was a blessing to you. If it was, please share with someone else who could benefit from this information. And as I said, if you have additional questions regarding purpose, feel free to inbox me. Feel free to visit the website, www.soulcareinstitutellc.com. Shoot me an email and let me know your thoughts. All right. So I'm here for you. This has been Winsome McLean, owner of Soul Care Institute, Pauline's daughter, your kingdom counselor. God bless you. God bless you, Sister Marcia. I'm about to jump off. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful day. And I will see you next Wednesday at this same time, at this same place. Blessings, peace, and grace be on your life today. I'll see you soon.